It's the middle of the night, and the sky is glowing like mad radioactive. And if you squint, you can maybe see the moon through a thick layer of cigarette smoke. An airplane exhaust that covers the entire city like a mosquito net that won't let the angels in. And if you look up high enough, you could see me standing on the edge of an 87-story building. And up there, a place for gargoyles and broken clock towers that have stayed still and dead for maybe like 100 years up, there is me. And I'm freaking Batman. And I got Batmobiles and Batarangs and freaking Batcapes, like for real. And all it takes is a boom closet or a back room or a fighter escape, and Danny's hand-me-down jeans are gone. And my navy polo shirt, that one that looks kind of good on me, but it has a hole near the butt from when it got snagged on the chain link fence behind Arturo's, but it isn't even a big deal because I tucked that part in and it's like all good. That blue polo shirt, it's gone too, and I get like transformational. Nobody pulls out a belt and whips Batman for talking back. Or not for talking back. And nobody calls Batman simple, or stupid, or skinny. And nobody fires Batman's brother from the Eastern Taxi Company because they was making cutbacks neither. Because they got nothing but respect, and not like afraid respect, just like respect. Because nobody's afraid of you, because Batman doesn't mean nobody harm, ever. Because all Batman really wants to do is save people, and maybe pay Abuela's bills one day, and die happy, and maybe get like mad famous, for real. And kill the Joker. Tonight, like most nights, I'm alone, and I'm watching. And I'm waiting, like an eagle, like an eagle. And my cape is flapping in the wind, because it's freaking long. And my pointy ears are on, and that mask that covers like half my face is on too. And I got like bulletproof stuff on my chest, and so no one could hurt me, and nobody is gonna come between Batman and justice. From where I am, I could hear everything. Somewhere in the city, there's an old lady picking styrofoam leftovers out a trash can, and she's putting a piece of seasoned chicken someone spit out into her own mouth. And somewhere there's a doctor with a whack haircut in a black lab coat trying to find a cure for the disease that are gonna make us all extinct for real one day. And somewhere there's a man in a janitor's uniform, stumbling home, drunk and dizzy, after spending half his paycheck on 40-ounce bottles of twist up beer, and the other half 4 hours visit some lady's home. On a street where the lights have all been shut out by people who would rather do what they do. In the city, in the dark. And a half a block away from the janitor man, there's a group of good-for-nothings who do not know better, waiting to beat janitor man with rusted bicycle chains and imitation Louisville sluggers. And if they don't send him, which they won't, they will just pound him till the muscles in their arms start burning, till there's no more teeth to crack out. But they won't count on me. They don't count on no dark night with a stomach full of grocery store brand macaroni and cheese and cupped up Vienna sausages, because they'd rather believe I don't exist. And from 87 stories up, I could hear one of the good for nothing say, "Give me the cash," like real fast like that. Just give me the fucking cash. And I see gentleman mumble something in drunk language and Tom pale for. And from 87 stories up, I could hear his stomach trying to hurl its away out of his dickies. So I swoop down like and fast, and I'm like darkness. I'm like swoosh, and I throw a batarang at the one naked light bulb. And they are like, "Whoa, motherfucker, who just turned out the lights?" Silence. What was over there? What? Give me, watch out, good old man. Did anybody hear that? No, really. There ain't no bad. But then, one of the three good for nothings gets it to the head. And number two swings blindly into the dark cave before him, but before his fist hits anything, I grab a trash can lid and right into the gut, and number one's come back just with a jump kick. But I know judo karate too, so I am like twice. But before I can do any more damages, suddenly we all hear a click click. And suddenly, everything gets quiet. And the one good for nothing left standing grips a handgun and aims straight up, like he's holding Jesus hostage, like he's threatening maybe to blow a hole in the moon. And the good for nothings who got it to the head, who tried to jump kick, and the other good for nothing who got the God is both screaming back away from the dark figure before him. And the drunk man janitor is huddled in the corner praying to San Antonio, because that's the only one he could remember. And there is me, eyes glowing white, cape blowing softly in the wind, bulletproof chest having my heart beating right through in a Morse code for "fuck with me just one, come on, try it." And the one good for nothing left standing, the one with the handgun. He laughs, he lowers his arms, and he points at me and gives the moonbreak. And he aims it right between my pointy ears like gospels and his special teams. And Janitor Mars is still calling San Antonio, but he ain't picking up. And for a second it seems like maybe I'm gonna lose. Now, fuck off! Don't kill me, man! Snap! Wrist crack! Neck slash! Skid mid sassy! Ah! And he's on the floor, and I'm standing over him, and I get the gun in my hands now. And I hate guns. I hate holding him because I'm Batman, and Batman don't like guns because his parents got eyes by guns a long time ago. But for just a second my eyes glow white, and I hold this thing for I could speak to the good for nothing in a language he maybe understands. And click click. And the good for nothings become good for disappearing into whatever toxic waste chemical sludge shit hole crawl out of. And it's just me and the janitor man. And I'm picking him up. And I wipe sweep and cheap perfume of his forehead. And he begs me not to hurt him. And I grab him tight by his janitor man shit collar. And I pull him to my face. And he's taller than me, but Kate helps, so he listens. When I look him strange in the eyes, and I say 2 words to him: go home. And he does, checking behind his shoulder every 10 feet. and I swoosh from the building to building on his way there, because I know where he lives. And I watch his hands where he lives, and I watch his hands tremble as he pulls out the keychain and opens the door to this building. And I'm back in bed before he even walks in through the front door. And I hear him turn on the faucet and pour himself a glass of warm tap water, and he puts the glasses back in the sink, and I hear his footsteps. And they get slower as they get into my room, and he creaks my door open like mad slow. And he takes a step in, which he never does. And he's staring up to now where his face of the colored sidewalks in summer, and I act like I'm just waking up, and I said, "What's up, Pop?" And janitor man says nothing to me, but I see in the dark. I see his arms go limp and his head turns back like towards me, and he lifts it for I could see his face, for I could see his eyes, and his cheeks is dripping but not with sweat, and he just stands there breathing like he remembers my eye glowing white, like he remembers my beautiful chest, like he remembers my pop. And for a long time I don't say nothing. And he turns around, hand dark noob, and he ain't looking up my way, but I hear him murmur 2 words to me. "I'm sorry." And I lean over and open my window just a crack. If you look up high enough, you could see me. And from where I am, I could hear everything.